She's alive. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Miss C's Cottage, the home of the Somebunny. I'm Miss C, and I am what I am, and that's all what I am. But I am coming to you today on a new Lenovo computer that has sound, it has pictures. Well, sorry about the picture. It has clear picture, and it has Wi-Fi, and it works. And so far, we're so good. Hello, my sister Eileen and Jennifer. Welcome in. And Nina was here early this morning. Jacqueline Marley. Hello, sweetheart. And there's my sister Susie and KK. And Steve is here. Steve, I missed you this morning so much because Christy wasn't on and I had nobody to play music for me. So today when I do my Count Your Blessings, will you play music for me, please? And Janet Egan is here. How are you, Janet? How are you doing today, sweetheart? And Susan Burke and Paula Mulford. And there's Margie, my arrow lover. And Sujan. And there's Pamsky. Okay, company is getting packed up, so I can't stay. Just wanted to say hi and love you and leave my thumb. Well, thank you very much. You have company who are leaving. Are you going to be able to come back is what I want to know. If not, I will see you Wednesday or before. There's Sam. Sam and I have entered into a barter is better. I can't wait. It might be something that you guys want to do with, you see people in other countries that have yarn that's not available in the United States, or projects or something that's not available in the United States. I was watching this morning something called Riki Lund or something. She's a spinner and she's in the Netherlands, and she was wanting some international fleece, and she has a friend who lives in India. So the friend in India sent her what they call a spinning bowl. It's made out of walnut, and the other thing was kind of unusual. Walnut and something kernels, like peach kernels or something like apricot. I think it was apricot kernels. And they grind them down and they get slushy. And so then they mold them into these bowls that are about this tall and about this big around. And they have a small lip on it and a little hole, a depressed spot in one side, just on the side. And then you have this long thing that looks like this, only fatter. And you put that in the depression, and you thread your fleece. You pull your fleece out and spin this, and this becomes your spindle in the winding bowl, and you spindle up your yarn, and then you take it to your spinning wheel and you ply two of them together and you make yarn. It was so fascinating to watch, but the point I'm trying to make is that she didn't have access to that, but her friend in India did. So her friend in India sent her the spindle and the bowls and some fleece. Now listen to this. The fleece came from a camel, yak, some sheep that were in that area. But I think this girl lives in Iran. But she has a friend in India who sent her the stuff to Iran, and Iran, from there, she sent it to the Netherlands. So what I'm trying to say is if you have a friend in another country that gets yarn that you can't get, say Amanda, Scraptastic Yarn, or you know who I mean. She can get yarn that we can't get, but you can barter Hobby Lobby yarn that she can't get. Hey, how about if I send you this amount, cost-wise, in yarn, and you pick out the colors and I'll send it, and I'll pick out some colors of the yarn that you have in your country that I can't get, and we'll barter. All it costs you is postage, which I know is pretty high, but still, it's a thought. Sally Stevens, hello, hello. And there's my cousin Granny D. Hola, Maritza. And if Bibi's in here, hola, Bibi. There's my Pebbles. Norma Hernandez. I don't know your name, Norma. Are you new today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Miss C's Cottage, home with the Somebunny. I'm Miss C. You're stuck with me for the next 2 hours. There's Lydia. How are you doing today, sweet Lydia? I hope we can take your mind off things for 2 hours. Is Margaret here? International Swamp. I love you too, Lydia. You are always on my heart, sweetheart. Kimberly Otterson. Kimberly Otterson. Welcome in to Miss C's Cottage. This is the home of the Somebunny. And I don't have one available right now. Nope. I make Somebunnies and I send them to people so that they will know that somebody loves them, because there are days when you just feel like you are in the deepest pit. And if you don't know our God, who can lift you out of the miry pit and set your feet on higher ground, then you need something to remind you that you have value. And that's why I make the Somebunnies. And I invite you to come into the cottage whenever you're in the area. Come in, you leave your shoes at the door, you leave your worries at the door. You come in, you grab a seat. If you've brought a project, great. If you don't, grab some yarn and a hook, start on something that we're making, or make something of your own. We always have cold beverages in the cooler, and usually this shelf over here in front of me has coffee and hot water for tea. Hey, Cherry. Kimberly is from Mishi. Well, thank you, Mishi, and thank you, Kimberly, for coming. Just started a bag with that bougie wool. Oh, wasn't that beautiful wool to work with, Dee? Okay, you are welcome here anytime. All of you are welcome anytime. Just be sure and leave your shoes and your worries at the door. Come in, sit down, grab something to drink, and just soak up the love that's here, because there is so much love here in the cottage. Sometimes I have to come into the cottage during the day just to soak up the love that's here. Residual. Chris Kaleidoscope is here, and Carrie the Yarny Elephant. There's my Margaret. And Kitty. Sharish? Oh, that's a different kitty. Okay. Sharish, welcome in. Let's see who else snuck in. Paula Mulford's here. Gosh, my favorite people are here today. Hello, 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 all. We have some special stuff going on today. I haven't been able to do my regular programs because, as you know, I have 2 laptops. One does not get Wi-Fi anymore. It's a Windows 7, and it's just too old, and I gotta keep the shoulder up. It's just too old, and it doesn't get Wi-Fi anymore, so all I can do is play games on it, and I don't play games, so it's kinda like in the trash heap. The other computer, which I had been using down here in the cottage and was wonderful, all of a sudden it got to be 1957 static. You know, like when they play the Star Spangled Banner and the little symbol comes on and all the static comes in and then TV goes off for the night. Do you remember those days? You didn't get 24/7 TV when I was growing up. No. Mm-mm. Maritza, hola. Okay, Mishi, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for sending some people over. You know, it's getting to the end of the month, and I'm going to have to go on and see all the new subscribers that have clocked in for the month so that I can say a personal thank you to all of them. I like to do that at the end of each month. Yeah, well, sometimes it went off at midnight, sometimes it went off at 10 o'clock. Rita, hello, hello. Oh, I've missed you so much, Rita. Rita Pacheco. I just love when she comes in. And there's my Kim. You know, all of you are mine because I don't have a family. Well, I have a family, but I don't have a family. I have YouTube family, and I love each and every one of you. Sharice, as you are underage. Oh, are you, Sharice? I did not know that. Thank you, Tank. Kim G, Kim G, Kim G. Everybody likes Kimmer. Yes, Dee, you know what? You are privileged though to have Buck live next to you or you live next to him, whichever you live together or you live close, so close. That's an awesome thing. It's one of the things I like about living here at the home. There's someone else there. You know, I don't know how it would be to live by yourself. I think the older I get, the more fearful I would become that I die and then nobody would know about it for a month. And they'd come in and there I'd be in the recliner and mold would be all over the top of my body. And well, I'm not going there today because it's Sunday. Um, Tank, if you're not 18, you can't subscribe to a channel. I don't know about that. Yeah, see, I have an outside cat and well, the home has an outside cat and an inside cat. The inside cat's almost mine. She comes to sit on my lap and up in the common room. Of course, there are some laps I would never sit in if I were a cat. But she'll come up and sit in my lap, and then that paw comes out, and it's like I fed you, I fed you this morning for breakfast. You did not like the beef, so it's up to you to eat the dry stuff. If you don't eat the beef by supper time tonight, it goes out to B-Boy. B-Boy is Bertram. He's the outside cat. He is a lovely orange cat. He is so beautiful, and his fur is just so thick. I think because he's an outside cat, and I brushed and brushed and brushed him because I can go out on the front porch and sit. It's so nice out there. And I go out on the front porch and I sit, and sometimes B-Boy will come up. And he's a feral cat, but he's gotten to trust me. And he has even jumped up on the bench next to me. And I just sit there and pet him, and I don't look at him. And I just sit there and pet him. And he'll take a little bit, and then he jumps down and goes away. Okay, Kitty, I love crochet. I actually had not seen the YouTube guidelines that time, and either way, I didn't know it was a giveaway thing. I only thought it was a fun little game with no rewards. Oh, okay. Okay. No, okay, let's go past that. Okay, I don't like confrontation. Diane Major, hello, how are you? And Jan, oh my gosh. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, I can't believe you're here. That is just totally awesome. Okay, Charisse is 13. Well, happy 13th birthday to you. I remember when I turned 13 and it was awful. I hope you have a better year. But it doesn't matter, Charisse. I'm glad you're here. Get a cold drink, or I don't know if you drink tea or coffee. Usually somebody brings in muffins or something, lemon squares or something. I didn't see what came in this morning, so grab something. The only thing I ask, Sharish, is that if you get a water, throw your bottle in the trash. And if you get a cup of something, put your cup in the sink and throw your papers in the bin. Because I'm too old to clean up after people. I love having you come to my house, cottage, but I can't clean up after you anymore. Lana! I love my crochet family too, Lana, and I'm glad you're part of it. And there's Ellen. Well, look at there. My goodness, all my favorite people have come in. Wow, Jan. You know, I sit here in Florida and I think about you and I think, I love Jan, but there's no way I'm going to move up there. I love you too, Lana. That's right, Sujan. You guys have been really good. When you leave the cottage, you take your trash with you or throw it in the bin, and I really appreciate that. KK, no way. I can't believe that. Well, I guess I can because you're a grandmother. So you can be a grandmother at 50. I am so glad, Janet. Don't they bring you? I don't know what it is. It's on one hand, it's just a crocheted amigurumi rabbit, and there's a lot of crocheted amigurumi rabbits out there. But a Somebunny is totally different. A Somebunny is warm and it's loving and it's understanding and it's comforting, and I can't explain it. You just have to experience it. I think it's because God puts his love in it, or whoever has made it puts God's love in it, so that when you grab that thing, you can feel those arms around you. You can feel that love. Sunita's here. Okay. I count on that. Oh, 15 degrees this morning. This new computer does not. Oh, yes, it does. It's 75 and partly sunny today. That's nice. It's nice to have it 75. And Lana just turned 60. What did Tank say? You know, clean. No, I don't clean. I let somebody else do it now. I've done it for so long. Yeah, Sherry, that's too cold for me. How's your mom? My mother used to say there's several phases of life. There's birth to 20, and that's when you get to know who you are. And then from 20 to 40, that's when you begin to gather things. You get a husband and a house and a car and some children and furniture and stuff, and an etagere, whatever that thing is. And then you get stuff to put on it, bookshelves and stuff. And then from 40 to 60, the kids are gone, so you start your career, and you also start to get downsize a bit. And then from 60 to 80, that's a whole nother phase of life. You give up your house because it's too big. You don't need 2 cars anymore. Maybe your husband passes. It's just you. Your kids are gone. Sometimes they visit, sometimes they don't. You make new friends. 60 to 80, you lose your hair, you lose your complexion, you lose your hips, you lose your ankles and your knees, you lose your shoulder, and you have to remind yourself, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Oh boy. And I don't want to even think about 80 to 100. I hope I get to that last phase of my life, but I don't want to think about it now because I'm this far from 80. Okay. Diane. Yeah. Leanie, 1111? Leanie, are you serious? 1111? You know, my son was born 11/11, 1967 at 7 minutes after 11, and he will be 57 on 11/11. From 60 to 80, you find yourself. Yes, that's because everybody else is gone and you're back. You're back to your birth to 20 era where you find out who you are, only you find out you're older than, than what you were. And there are things you can still do. There are things that you can no longer do. And that's kind of a hard thing to accept because the third category is there's things you can still do that you are going to pay for later. And if you don't accept this, you wind up here. Let me tell you. Yes, Margaret. Yes, Newton was right. There is gravity. And I don't have problems getting down on the floor and playing anymore. I just have problems getting up. Oh, Diane, if I didn't have door jambs and walls, I don't think I'd make it out of my bedroom down the hall to the bathroom. And Vicky, welcome in, Vicky. You're a new name to me. And you'll be 60 on your next birthday. You are in the right cottage. And Sassy Mary says, I'm going to be 70 on Thanksgiving. Isn't it amazing? Where did the time go? How did we get here? I don't remember getting old. Oh, Diane, good for you. He's 19 and on the spectrum. So he'll be with you forever. That's awesome. But I'll bet by the time that you need to be taken care of, he will learn enough life skills to be able to help take care of you. And that's a blessing. God always gives us blessings, doesn't he? Jan, I'm going to remember that. You know what? I have a rolly cart, and on the second shelf, I have a bag of Fritos. So if I ever fall out of my rocking chair, I will have something to eat. I love that. Janet's going to be 74. Well, you know what? We're all in the same cottage. Okay, let's get going. There's a couple things I want to say. I don't want to forget to say, today we're working on our blanket. This is, as far as we will be going today, this is our Somebunny at the beach blanket. And we finished our grass a couple weeks ago. Last week, we got as far as the fence. And today we're going to do the sea grass and start the sand. And I want to get started on that today. I have a story to read to you today. It's a very nice story. It's called The Whale Song. And I'm so glad there are a lot of us similar age, because I think this will be a really good, it's not about older people, it's not, but it just gives you something to think about during this 20-year lifespan. Okay. I want to remind you, we're going to do pick your blessing today. And for those of you who are new to the channel, Pick Your Blessing is a game that I borrowed from Crochet Creations by Christy. She comes on at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. She and her husband have the bowling concession at the bowling equipment. They have the bowling equipment center at the bowling alley in New York where they live. And so during this time of the year, the new leagues are starting up, and she isn't always able to come on Sunday mornings, but she does things throughout the week. And it's a lot of fun. It's just so much fun. And I have borrowed a couple games from her. She calls hers, Steve, help me out here. No, we're not old. We're getting older. Steve, what is the name of hers? Stump the... No, it's not. It's called... Well, it doesn't matter what it's called. It's a game in which you... Let's make a yarn deal. Thank you, Steve. It's a game in which you choose a color and a weight of yarn that you would like to have. And then if your name comes up as the winner, then she goes to her wall and she picks out the color and weight of yarn that you've chosen. And she usually gives you a couple choices. And then you get to pick from the 2 or 3 that she brings out which one of them that you would like. And you win it, and she mails it to you. So I thought that was really a fun thing. And being 77, I want to downsize my cottage. And the best way to do it, because none of my children crochet, but all of my YouTube children crochet. So I thought, well, what can I do? I will play the game, but I have to pick a different name. So I call it Pick Your Blessing, because Michelle said, how about if we call it Pick Your Blessing? Because I like to give out blessings. And she was a winner. And so that's a game we're going to play today, is Pick Your Blessing. And it is a game in which Sanita, who's my magic frog, she will give us a special name that she's pulled from the chat. She gets these emotional sensations, and I said something really weird on Wacky Wednesday, and we gave away a UFO, and she chose the word spicy. So she reads the channel and picks out an appropriate word for the day, and then you put in that word and a number and a color. And when I say go, you go, then I will hunt the wall for, hey! Hello, the crazy poppy lady. How are you? All the way from England. I love you. I'm so glad you made it into the cottage today. Get yourself something cold to drink or something hot to drink. Kick your shoes off and soak up some love while you're here. She's the one who made 7 for me. Can you see 7? This is 7. I'm not going to take her down because she's crocheting a scarf. No, she's knitting a scarf for her boyfriend. So I'm not going to take her down, but and I don't have a zoom on this. I don't know how to do that. I guess I could go to the other camera, but I'm not. Okay, I want to get rid of this. The crazy poppy lady is a friend. She is. Sunita is fabulous. She's my lifeline. Helen. Yes, and you have a 9mm, I'll bet. And lots of chains. It sounds weird. Anyway, I made a faux pas, and she chose the word spicy, and it was funny. And it was even funnier when Michael came back with a repartee. Okay, so moving right along. Then sometime during the thing, we're going to do which I better get going on it. We do, excuse me, on Wednesdays, for you newer people, on Wednesdays I do something called Wacky Wednesday, and I give away UFOs, and those are my works in progress that I'm never going to finish. I have startitis, and I start a project, and once I see how it's going to look, oh, this is going to look really pretty. If it's not the right kind of yarn, or if it's not coming out like I want it to, or 10 other reasons, it goes into the work in progress. It goes to the unfinished object pile. And I have so many unfinished projects that I'm losing room in the cottage. And so on Wacky Wednesday, I pull 3 of them out. I introduce you to all 3 of them and give you a choice to win one. So slowly but surely, I am paring back to a place that I like to come, and a place that I can find what I want, and a place that has the yarn in it that I want to do things with. And what I want to do is make Somebunnies, because everyone needs to know that somebody loves them. Mary's Crafty Corner. Hello. I'm so glad you stopped by today. And Sherry Knowles is here. I love that girl. I've loved that girl for, well, I know 2 years. I have 2 years on the calendar. Pardon me for that, but I'm drinking a ginger ale because I have an upset tummy today. I think that coffee didn't sit well. Okay. See, I get up to here with UFOs. I'm not. I'm just not going to finish them. I'm not. And there's no sense in letting them letting them be here. I mean, there are some that I am going to finish. Here is one. It's in my poppy, my poppy ladybug, my poppy lady bag, and it is. Do you all remember when Ivy was doing her top? This is the top that I started. Now these colors look perfectly horrid on me because it's not the right colors for me. But I have a sister-in-law that comes over every Tuesday and crochets with me, and I am making this for her. And if I don't get it done, fall's going to be over and winter's going to be here, and she's not going to be able to make it. So this is a UFO that I will finish. And I have yarn that I've caked up for it. And this yarn came from, this is called Crazy Fox. And this yarn came from Crochet in Agreement. And it's cotton, 100% cotton, hand dyed. Beautiful stuff. Love it, love it, love it. So, you know, she can wear it in the summer with a tank top if she wants, or she can wear it in the autumn with over a shirt. That one's empty. Oh, now see, here's one that I started and didn't know I started. And wouldn't you know, I started another one. So, you know, this one might go as a UFO. You never know with me. Okay, that's that. I would ask you on the honor system only because I'm not keeping track. If you win something during the month of October, try and restrain yourself and not enter the next competition. I would prefer it. That way, everybody in the chat gets a chance to win something during the month. So if you don't see something that you like, hold back, because either Wednesday or the next week, you might find something you really want and then enter that one. But I would ask you on the honor system. And those of you who, I talked to Sunita the other day, and she said she had only one maker send her a finished project. That's another thing that we do is once a month, all of the finished projects that have been made and pictures sent to Sunita, the names go on a wheel, and she plucks her magic twanger and spins the wheel, and whoever's name comes up wins a Miss C's Cottage cup from the maker's wheel. So if you, and that doesn't count if you won something during the month. You can go ahead and enter all of your Somebunnies or your blankets that we've been working on. But they have to be finished ones. They can be the gumball one. They could be the Somebunny in the meadow blanket. They could be the Somebunny by the woven fence blanket. I don't think we're going to have time to finish this Somebunny at the beach, so you might turn that one in for November's Maker's Wheel. But you need to send your pictures to Sunita, and if you have finished things, hi, Bobby. We haven't got there yet, so hang on to that thought, sweetheart. If you haven't sent yours in yet, please send it to Sunita by the 26th, which is Saturday. This is Sunday. It gives you a whole week to finish your project and get a picture into Sunita so that she can put you on the maker's wheel. Yes, you can, Mishi. Yes, you can. If you finished it in October, send her a picture and you can get on the wheel. Now, for the wheel of November, it has to be made in the month of November and finished and sent. Demetria's here. The naked snail. I don't do Facebook, just so you know. I don't do Facebook. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Instagram. I do StreamYard, and YouTube. And I have an email address, and you can email me. And Norma Hernandez. Hola, Norma. Welcome to Miss C's cottage. Yes, ma'am, you can. If you finish one of my UFOs during the month of October, and you can get a picture to Sunita by the 26th of this month, which is next Saturday, zip it over. Lola. Okay. Okay, I think that's... Oh, this, by the way, I did want to tell you about this because I love this. I had to go to Hobby Lobby yesterday and buy yarn. I was watching Blossom Crochet, which I really, really like. KB, Blossom, Crochet Me Lovely. Those three are three really good places to go for new ideas. And Blossom Crochet was making a baby blanket. This is a 1-row repeat. And those are my favorite because I don't have to think more than 1 row at a time. And it's always the same. But this is the blanket. It starts out, I did a single crochet foundation row, which I love making the foundation chains. It's not just a chain, it's the chain single crochet. So by the time you get finished with your chains, you've got a single crochet row. And then you skip a couple, you do two singles, chain two singles. You skip two singles, 2 chains. It's the whole way across. And when you come back, you do the same thing. 2 singles, chain 2 singles, all the way across. And to me, this looked like popcorn. Can you see the yellow in it? It looks like buttery popcorn. Well, I only had a partial skein. Mishi, we know, sweetheart, that you're working today. That's the only day you have off. So we can feel your love coming through the screen. Yeah, it is buttery popcorn. So because I only had a partial skein, I had to go. Oh, I was so concerned that they wouldn't have it because Hobby Lobby has been discontinuing some, and this is the Sweet Delight wrap. And all that means is they've taken a light yellow yarn and wrapped a darker yellow yarn around it. Woo! And to me, it looks like buttery popcorn. Orville Redenbacher at his best. So they just happen to have their buy 3 get 1 free. Well, it's 30% off, but I call it the buy 3 get 1 free. So of course I bought 3 and I got 1 free. And I'm going to make a bunny out of this one. So it'll be a baby blanket and a Somebunny going to someone. But you need to go over there and check her out. She's got lots and lots of wonderful ideas. Okay. She calls it the perfect stitch for a chunky, cozy blanket. And it's a 1-row pattern, which I like. So, I mean, she enabled me. I couldn't help it. It wasn't my fault. One day I'll read you, It's Not My Fault. I love that story. It's not my fault. I love that story. I'll find that one and read it to you. Okay, let's get started on the Somebunny at the beach. Now, this is just an idea of what this blanket's going to look like. And you can see we've done the grass and the fence. And today we're going to do the seaweed, the seagrass. Okay? The seagrass is what's next. Now I went ahead and I've started a second blanket to do right along with you. I've used the same grass. I changed the fence. This one is brown. And I started the grass because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing. So I'm going to take it out. And I'm going to flip over to the other camera. So that we can do this. And I was going through my things and look what I found. It is it holds your cake. Once you make your cake up, it holds the cake. And this is from Midwest Stitches. She does a marvelous job. I really like her stuff. She's out in the Midwest. I think she's in Missouri or Kansas or... Anyway, it's perfect. It's got little candy corns on it for Halloween, and we're getting into that season. Okay. All right, let me turn this on. You guys have to bear with me here. Well, let's see if I can get rid of some of this stuff and make this work again. There we go. Settings. Change cameras, please. And we are ready. Okay, I'm not sure how this camera will work on this computer, so we're going to have to play with it for a minute. Let's see, what do we have? Here's my 5.5. I think I was using a 6, but I don't remember. All right, so we ended here. Where are we? We ended here. So we're going to go ahead and tie on here. Boy, I can pull this up. This is nice. I'm liking this camera. All right. I just like to pull it in. I like to make a chain 1. I like to pull that chain 1 up, yarn over, and make my first double crochet. Okay, we're going to double crochet into the next double crochet. Then we're going to go down into this next one. We're going to do a back post. Right here. You see this one? We're going to turn this over. We're going to do a back post treble. Oops, I forgot to yarn over twice. We're going to do a back post treble. I tried doubles, but it doesn't come up as far as it should. In this one, we're going to do a double crochet. In this one, we're going to do a back post. No, we got to go down, don't we? See, this is where I get confused. A treble. We're going to go down to that other back, that first back post. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. This is right. We're going to do, okay, here's what we're doing. We're going through the fence on this one with a treble, and we're going to pick up this back post and do a treble stitch. This front post, we're just going to double crochet in. The next one, we're going to back post treble. Okay, guys, this isn't coming out right. Why is that? It looked so good on the other one. Maybe it's a front post. Let's try that. You see why this is so fun? Because I have no clue what I'm doing. And so you get to learn right along with me. We're going to do a treble, and we're going to come down here and get this one and do a front post treble. Because this is growing through the fence. Okay, now we're going to do a double and a front post treble.
Hi.
Hi.
Is there a way that you can move your camera a little bit?
Is there a way I can what?
Move your camera up because you're very close to the screen.
I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. This is a better camera, isn't it?
It is.
It has better whoops, you don't need to see me. It has better resolution, I think.
It's very clear. That's better. Okay.
That's better. Okay.
Carry on.
Thank you, my dear. You are a lifesaver.
Hi, everybody.
Jenny! Crazy Poppy Lady's going to head out to finish dinner. All right, goodbye, sweetheart. Oh, a 23, a 26, and a 4. Ooh, 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 ooh. Birthday lunch with friends. That's awesome. Okay, Jenny and I get together maybe once a month for lunch, and it has been very nice. Okay, so we're going to double crochet in the front post, in the top of the front post double, and we're going to treble crochet through the fence to that back post, this back post double. We're going to treble crochet around that back post, making a front post. Oh, now what did I do? I did the wrong thing again. See? Gotta start over. I was thinking about lunch with Jenny. We're going around this one. There we go. Focus. Focus, Diana. Sometimes that yarn just, it's the same thing when you're going down the aisle and you see one and you think, I don't need any yarn. And then all of a sudden, it's snagged around your fingers and it's in your cart. Incredible. All right, so the next one is a regular double on the top of these front post doubles. And we're just going to do that all the way across. We're going to back post in that back post treble in that back post. We're going to double crochet in this one. No. See, oh, Sunita, you got me discombobulated. Okay, we're going to treble crochet around that back post, but we're going to make a front post out of it. So you can see the seaweed growing through the fence, seagrass. And then a double crochet. And then a treble crochet, front post. And then a double crochet on top of the front post. And that's the way our seagrass is looking so far. Okay. Zach Man. Did my Zach Man came in? And Mac! No, Sunita, I was just, you know how I am. I was just, if I blame you, I don't feel so guilty. Okay, so we're going to go across here and do this. And then in a few minutes, we're going to play some games. So next is our triple front post. And then, how's that? Is that better? And then our triple. It's a wonder you can do this with me. I chose this yarn. It is I don't even know whose yarn it is. It's probably Premier tweed, but it's got all these colors in it. And I thought it would look like seagrass. Because, I'm a visual learner. And so when I see something, all of a sudden it becomes something else to me. The top of this one with a double and a treble. And this back post, we'll do a front post treble in this back post. Okay, I think those of you who are doing it surely have gotten it by now, even with my mess ups. So I'm going to do this off camera, come back up until I get to the Jen. Hello, Jen. And Darcia came in. All right, I'm going back to the other camera. so that I can read the chat and see people. But I'm going to keep working on this until I get to the end. And when we get to the end, then we will. Oh no, I don't want a yarn barf. No, no, no yarn barf, please. You know, sometimes you can, it just gets twisted around one or two. And if you pull it out just a bit, you can untwist it without pulling out the whole barf. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to pull out the whole barf. And I hate when that happens. And then, of course, once you get the barf out, look, it just comes. Today is Sunday, the 20th day of October. Do you realize we only have 10 days left to Halloween? Do you do Halloween? Any of you do Halloween anymore? Do you dress up and go trick-or-treating? Sharice, do you, if you're still here and didn't get chased away? Let's see. Do you give out trick-or-treats? Michael, my love. How nice to see you, sweetheart. Panda was in. Paula does not do Halloween. And Leslie sells pumpkins and spiderweb coasters. I saw the coolest coaster. It looked like a piece of wrapped candy, and I think Sarah Satch is the one who did it. And I thought to myself, if I look up on YouTube how to make the swirls you can do with two colors, and you start in the center. I don't know how to do it, but when it comes out, it looks like a peppermint candy. And I could make some wrapped flat peppermint candies and use them for Christmas coasters. Wouldn't that be fun? Monrose. It's 11 days. Okay. Oh, because Halloween is the 31st. All Hallows Eve. Do you know the original jack-o'-lantern was not a pumpkin at all? Can you guess what it was? Diane, we never have anybody come here to the home. I think they think we're too old to give out candy. Lana doesn't get any trick-or-treaters. Michelle decorates the house and the yard and hands out candy, non-candy, and trinkets. Oh, you know what? I saw some really way cool fingerless gloves that look like let me see if I can find them really quick. That look like let me see if I can find them really quick. Spider web. They look like a spider web, and they're so cool. Well, not finding them quickly. Boy, have I done a lot of blankets and a lot of Somebunnies. Hoo-hoo. There's Maggie Cat. She's the perfect Halloween cat, but I would never use her as a Halloween cat. Ever. Oh, come on. Let's see if we can find this. I don't want February. I want October. There. Look at that. Spiderweb glove. Now, is that cool or what? All you have to do is go on YouTube and put in spiderweb glove. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. We don't trick-or-treat here. I used to trick-or-treat when I lived in the forest before I moved up here to the home. And I really, really enjoyed it. We had a screen porch, and I have an old cast iron stove. And we used to keep it out on the porch because it would get kind of cool, you know, even though it was Ocala, it still gets, we do have winter here. And so come Halloween, Mr. Tom and I would put a candle in that stove, and I would get my overalls and stuff them with newspaper and get his overalls and stuff them with newspaper. And we'd put light up pumpkin heads on them, you know, just sit them on the shirts and plug them in. And I would always put an old straw hat on his and set those in chairs next to the fireplace. And then I would sit out there, and I wore all black, and I wore a witch's costume, and I had a cape and the whole thing and a hat. And I did the whole thing then. And I would hand out candy to the kids. And Mr. Tom had a great big round metal wash tub that he'd fill full of ice and long necks. And the dads would come up and bring their kids. And I would give the kids candy, and Mr. Tom would give the dads a long neck. People love to come to our house on Halloween. But the funny thing about it is the kids who came the first few years, I watched them grow up. I watched them graduate from high school. I watched them get married. I watched them have children. And by golly, they brought their children back to our house for trick or treat when they got older. I never grew. I never got older. Those trick or treaters got older, but I never did. It's insidious. Age is insidious. It creeps up on you and you don't even know it. But it's the way it's meant to be. It's the way it's meant to be. Before I knew it, those kids were bringing their kids, and it was fun. The people in the forest are kind of clannish, and I was so thankful that they accepted me. And I think it was because I'm a McKay Camel that all the McDonalds and the Kins and McKinseys, and they all accepted us. And one of the men had a tractor and a trailer, and they would fill that bed of that trailer full of hay bales. They had it all lit up with lights. And every Halloween, there'd be 3 or 4 or 5 families on there. And if you've got kids and your kids like my kids, come on. rude. I can't say it like Jen does. How rude. She's really good at it. Oh, no, I was just wasting time. It was a time thing. Anyway, their tractor trailer would pull up in front of the yard, and I swear 15 kids would get off of that thing and come up and get candy. And we had a dog, a black lab, and his name was Ribsy. And on Halloween, I always took brown lunch bags and I painted pumpkins in tempera paint. I painted a picture of a pumpkin, happy faces, sad faces, tall pumpkins, fat pumpkins, and I put a little, like a cup of kitty litter in the bottom of each bag, and then put a tea light candle in there. And you would come in the front gate, and we had a tornado come through and it knocked a big oak tree over. So you had to come in the front gate and go around the end of that tree and then follow the tea light pathway up to the screen porch. And being a black lab, you don't see them at night. And some kids were from the neighborhood, like I said, and some had their friends out there from town, because town was not always a safe place to go trick-or-treating if you didn't know the neighbors. There's Frozen Stone and Angela. Festival and games and hay rides and a bonfire. Yeah, that's more fun, Melissa. I think it's more fun. Potatoes. Oh, how fun. We grew potatoes one year. Anyway, so to get into my yard, you had to come through the fence and follow the lighted pathway around the end of the fallen tree and then come up to the porch. So our dog, we lived at the end of a street, and all of the kids that lived back on that side of the road would come up that street and would come to my front gate, which is my road was the only hard road through Scrambletown, which was the area that I'm from. So all the kids would gather at my gate, and that was the bus stop. So anybody that went to school there, lived there, went to school there, knew Ribsy, because he was always out there at the front gate with them. Well, come trick-or-treating, you brought a friend along that didn't know Ribsy, and Ribsy didn't know them. Poor little girl. She comes running off the wagon, running into the yard, and there's Ribsy sniffing at her because she's new. I mean, he knows all the kids, but he didn't know this one. She says, "Oh my gosh, it's a dog!" And she just stopped in her tracks. And the rest of the kids just kept right on running. And they said, I heard them yell, "Oh, it's just Ribsy." And it just warmed my heart up, because those kids knew my dog and they knew me and they knew it was a safe place. And it's just an awesome feeling. And I'm talking and talking and I'm not getting this row done. And those of you who are making this blanket are going to be upset because we don't get to the sand today. I'm going to have to go on and do a short tutorial or something to catch people up. I know Sherry likes, her mother likes to make the blankets. I'm not doing her any justice today. But it's just a good feeling when you know somebody loves you. It's just a good feeling, okay? It's just a good feeling. Because love is it. That's what it is. It's love. And if you don't have love in your life, some kind or another, it's pretty darn lonesome. All right, double crochet on top of the front post double and a front post treble in the back post double of the bottom fence board. There's Nana. Welcome in, Nana. And Jeremy Devers. Hey. Did Sugar come in? My Sugar. There's Sugar. Hello, Sugar. Love that girl. I hope you know that I love all of you. I love each and every one of you. And every time that you come into the cottage and I get to know you a little bit better, my love for you goes a little bit deeper. I get to know who you are and what's going on in your life. And I can pray better for you guys because I know a little bit more. I don't need all the details because he knows everything and he knows exactly what you need. And not only that, he has it already ready for you, just waiting for you to ask. That's the part I love the best. And if you don't ask, you don't get. I love my sugar too, Nana. Woo-hoo. In fact, I'm addicted to sugar. Oops. The double crochet goes in the top of the front post double crochet of the fence. And the treble crochet is a front post treble crochet that goes in the back post double of the fence. And I'm almost to the end, and you'll probably be really glad to see how to turn the corner and go back. Those of you who are doing it, I'm going to ask you something. Melissa says, I received your Somebunny pattern after I got home from seeing our church flooded. Melissa, our God is the God of perfect timing. At just the right time, the Bible says, at just the right time, something happened. At just the right time. On this day, he did this. On this day, he did something totally different. And at just the right time, this happened. He's the one who created time. Actually, he's the one who created time, and we're the one that put a limit on the time. Yolanda Aguilar. Hola, Yolanda. Just a newbie here. What is the story behind the Somebunny, and where can I find a pattern for it? I'm way late for the party. Beautiful bunnies. I know you from Juan's love for you. I do love that boy. I do love that boy so much. Yolanda, this is Miss C's cottage, and I am Miss C. Miss C's cottage is the home of the Somebunny. It is a crocheted rabbit that is full of God's love and given to people who need to know that Somebunny loves them. I don't have one here in the cottage right now to even show you. I have a body and I have a leg, but it doesn't belong. No, that's all that's in this bucket. And I think that's all. Oh, Sunita, look what I found, sweetheart. I found another pickle. Anyway, they're crocheted rabbits, and that's what they are, crocheted rabbits, and they're called Somebunnies. And I give them to people so that they will know that Somebunny loves them, because we all need someone to talk to. You can tell it anything. You can tell it all your joys. You can tell it all your sorrows. You can tell it that deep, dark secret that you can't tell anyone about, that happened to you when you were 12 or 13 or 8 or 9 or whenever. And they have the biggest ears, but they have no mouth. And they can't tell anyone. They can't tell anyone. Here's another foot. And here's another foot. And here's a big body. Gosh, I forgot this was up here. Oh, look, more feet. That must go to this one. And here's a body has been started, not finished. Miss C, Miss C, Miss C. Miss C. Honestly. Here's a head that has no body. And you know what? This one sings. You know what he says? I ain't got no body. Okay, enough of that. This is a Somebunny. Has no mouth. He has eyes. He sees everything. And he has big ears. And he hears everything that you say. He never tells anyone. He has no mouth. And he's just for you. And when you're feeling sad, you can grab him and wrap your arms around him, and all the love that's inside of him from the Maker and from God, the great Maker of all, you can feel it. You can just feel his arms around you. That's what the Somebunny is. And it is my hope and prayer that each and every one of you have an opportunity to get a pattern and to make a Somebunny, at least one. If you don't have one, you need to let me know. You need to make one for someone else. And when you see someone having a bad day, you just go over to them and you say, look, I don't know you, but I don't think you're having a very good day. I don't know what's going on in your life, but it looks like you might need a Somebunny. And then you give them a Somebunny and you tell them, this Somebunny is made with love. You can tell it anything and it will hear because of his big ears, but he'll never share your secrets. And I'm giving him to you so that you will always know that Somebunny loves you. And that's all you have to do. And it's my hope that everyone in the world one day will have a Somebunny. Everyone that needs one. See, Zach talks to his Somebunny. She is a good listener. But the best part about it is you can tell her anything and she never shares. She never shares your secrets. You can have a best friend, but can you always trust your best friend with everything? Especially that thing that happened to you? Do you dare tell anybody? You can tell your Somebunny. And the magic thing is, it's not magic, it's a miracle. When you share those ugly things with your Somebunny, all of a sudden they're not so ugly anymore. We can't keep ugly bottled up inside. Sunita. I have this blue ball jar. It's an antique from my grandmother. And all my pickles are in there. This is my pickle jar. I love it. That's right up there on my shelf. I love it. Darcia, hello, sweetheart. And there's Rita. Oh, you guys are coming in and I'm running out of time, aren't I? Thank you, Jen. It is a special bunny. It's not just a crocheted rabbit. It is something far more special. Rita and Rita, the Rita sisters. Oh, Tank, I hope so. You know, one time I came in here and my cottage was torn to shreds. I had yarn on the floor. There were projects. I don't think there was a project in a basket. When I turn the corner here, if I have time, gosh, I've been talking a lot. When I turn the corner here, I'll flip the camera up and show you my wall back here. I have three shelves up here with project baskets on them that I'm working on. When I promise a project, I come in, I get the yarn, I put a label on it, and I put it up on the top shelf. And I work off the bottom shelf. And when I finish one of those projects on the bottom shelf, then I grab one from the middle shelf that's been sitting there waiting and pull it down. And when I finish all of the ones on the middle shelf, I pull the top ones down. And then I start a whole nother group of projects to be done. So it's constantly stuff going on here. Never finished, which is why I have to give away some UFOs and some yarn, which, by the way, it's getting time because I want to read you this story too. Oop. When I was growing up, I was what they called a campfire girl. It's kind of like Girl Scouts, only not. They're campfire girls. And you start out, I think first or second grade, I don't remember now, but I was in the elementary school. I was in, South. I went to Mason South, and that was just kindergarten, first and second grade. So it had to have been second grade. Because third grade, we went up to Central. Our school consolidated, and we went up to Mason Central. Anyway, I was a bluebird, and there is a Campfire Girls pledge. It's kind of like the Boy Scout thing. I would promise to be this and that and brave and face it, whatever. And there were 10 attributes to aspire to. And the 10th one on the list was remember to finish what I begin. At 77 and a half, I just had a half birthday in August. I still never finished everything I began. I have never conquered that 10th aspiration. I think, logically speaking, the only thing I'm going to finish is my life. And in the end, it will be finished. And it probably will be the only thing. No, I have finished other things. What about a pattern? Tank, I got to back up and see. There's my Kimmy. No, Chris Kaleidoscope, no. No, I beg to differ with you. It is not Carrie Lord's pattern from Edward's Menagerie. She has a book out called Edward's Menagerie that she printed. She owns an alpaca farm, the Toft Alpaca Farm in the UK. This is the book. And she has a bunny called Emma in there. And when I saw Emma, it just spoke to me. And that's where I took my inspiration to make a Somebunny. I can't take her pattern because that's copyrighted. She is copyrighted. And so I could not copy her pattern. Parts of that rabbit, Emma, I altered to be a Somebunny. So her bunny pattern is not my Somebunny pattern. If you would like a copy of my Somebunny pattern, I give them away free because I want everyone to make them and give them away. And I don't think it's on the community tab either. I don't think so. Edward's Menagerie is by Carrie Lord. And she has lots of cute animals in there. Just lots of cute animals in there. It's a wonderful book. And she's gone on to make, let's see, her second book, I think, was dogs, maybe? Or birds. Maybe it was birds. She's done a book on birds. And there's all kinds of things in there. She's done a book on dogs. A sheepdog and a terrier, a French bulldog, Labrador retrievers in there. There's 50 crochet patterns for dogs. Then she did something called the Imaginarium, which was a little outside the box. It's one standard form, 23 heads and 23 arms and 23 different feet, 6 different tails, 4 different sizes, 6 stitch patterns, and hundreds of modifications. And it's a really cool book because it's one of those that's you have all your heads and lots of different kinds of heads. And then you have your arms and lots of different kinds of arms, bodies and arms, and then you have different feet that go with it. It's a fun book to flip through. You could probably spend the rest of your life doing this one and never get them all done, and probably come up with more. And then the last one she has done, as far as I know, is this one called the New Collection. And she's gone back to doing amigurumi. She's got a hare, a white hare. She's got a kangaroo. She's got a cow, a sloth, or I don't know, lots of different things in here. Possum, a yak, a moose, lots of different things in there. Anyway, it is based on her pattern, but it is not her pattern. I could not do that because of the copyright. So I made up my own. And if you would like a copy of it, please Gmail me at misscottage@gmail.com and I will send you a copy. I would love to send you a copy. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, another one bites the dust. This is an interesting day. Imaginarium. Yeah, you can go on Amazon they're all listed there in Amazon, so you can get any or all of them there. But just know that Emma is not a Somebunny. She is a bunny. Sure, Yolanda, you just Gmail me at Miss C's. There, Sunita's got it up there. Sunita is right on the ball. I don't know what I would do without her. Okay, again, we're not going to make it to the end of this, so I will stop here and I will show you what happens next. When you get to the end of your row, let's go back here to the other camera. Okay, when you get to the end of your row, we're going to pretend this is the end of our row here. Let me turn back around. When you get to the end of your row, you're going to do 2 double crochets. Double crochet, double crochet. All right, we're going to double crochet. That's a double crochet. And we're going to double crochet in this last one. Okay, let me do this. Let me just do this. This will be the end. A double crochet and a double crochet. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to double crochet in the first one. We're going to double crochet in the second one. And so we make it the same on the front as the back. We're going to crochet in this one. We're going to come down here and get this one and do a treble. And we're going to double crochet in the front post treble. And we're going to treble crochet around this one. So when you get back to the other end, you've got seagrass growing through the fence here. And you've got seagrass growing through the fence here. And this will be your seagrass and your seagrass. Okay? If you have any questions, you need to buzz me. You need to buzz me and I will give you all the answers. Okay, let's go back because we've got stuff to do yet. Okay. Stuff to do. Stuff to do. All right, we have I'm going to wait on the story because we may not have enough time. Now we need to do Pick Your Blessing. And for those of you who just came in, oh, Jen's never been in a box. And KK, you should see the blankets that girl makes. Ooh, 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 she is a whiz. I love you too. I am just so, well, I'm not even going to go there. I was going to go up to Ohio this autumn, but with all the hurricanes and the damage and the trees in the barn and all that kind of stuff, we just never made it up there. So, you know, I love all of you, every one of you. All right, so let's play Pick Your Blessing. Sunita will come up with a word, something from the chat, and post it on the screen. And then I want you to finding body parts. You know what? I have a bucket. I have a black, you know, one of those black fabric cubes that fit into it's a fabric bucket that fits into a cube. And a lot of times I'll get in the mood and I'll say, oh, this will make a pretty bunny. And so I'll make a usually a foot. Usually I'll start out with a foot. And because I don't know whether I want a whole foot or a pad on the bottom, usually I'll do the pads on the feet and on the lower feet. And then I'll do just a regular, all one color on the arms, I guess, or 4 feet. But so you get one done, you see what it looks like, you put it in the bucket, and it's like, oh, wait, I bought gray. Didn't I buy gray? Let's try this gray. And so pretty soon I've got like 16 feet in the bucket. It's the meat bucket. Okay, Frankenbunny. I have seen some Frankenbunnies that you all have sent to Sunita, and they're absolutely beautiful. And do you know, Frankenstein is not the name of the monster. KK told me this. Frankenstein is the doctor who invented and put together the monster. I don't know that the monster has a name. Oh, you never know what you're going to hear here. Okay, Sunita, can you come up with a word for us for today? And then when she posts the word, I want you to post that word and a number of yarn you'd like, a DK weight or a 4 or whatever. I have some chunky, but colors are limited. So you may get a color or you may get a chunky, and a color of the yarn that you would like to have. Hey, Sandra, welcome in. You're just in time. Okay, there is the word. Oh, it's a good one. We all need to appreciate each other. You emailed me, Mishi. Okay, thank you. Frankenpickle. I'm going to have to see that one and make a Frankenpickle from my pickle jar. All right, when I say go, type the word appreciate, a color you'd like, and a weight, a yarn weight. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. And there's Lana right off the bat. Appreciate a 4-weight blue. I always remember Angela's name because Michelangelo made a statue of an angel. And somebody said to them, how did you make that angel? And out of that piece of stone. And Michelangelo said, I didn't make her. I just took her out of the stone. She was in there. I just chipped away and let her out. And now that concept was what I call red flagged for me. And I remember those red flags very well. And that one was like, wow, he could see in that piece of marble, he could see an angel, and he just chipped away at it until the angel was free. And so whenever I see frozen stone, I know her name's Angela because she's trapped in that frozen stone, the angel. Hey, guys, quit that. Leanie, we got it. Marlena, what a pretty name. Yes, it is. That's my sister Eileen. If you guys don't know that. Oh, Tony Chestnut knows I love you. Tony knows. Tony knows. Do you know that song? And my sister Eileen. And Eileen loves Pat. But Pat loves somebody, but they still love Bob. Four-weight multicolor or solid. You never heard that song? Oh, I'll have to. Oh, thank you, Steve. Sugar, you want some yarn? You got to tell me what you want, sweetheart. Quickly, quickly, because I'm about to end it. We're running out of time. Sandra says, your choice, number 3 weight. Okay. Kimmy, I'm so glad you came in today. Maisie, you're new to the channel. There's my pebbles. A 4-weight red. Okay. I think you asked for that last week, if I remember right. See, this is what I like. I get to know who you are. I love you too, Tammy. All right, your time is up. Froggy, pluck your magic twanger. And see who our winner is for this week. Darcia White. All right, Darcia, if you have not won anything this month, then your choice is hi, Steve. I can't send Steve to you. He's mine. What do I see for Darcia? Going back. There's Kim G. Darcia, appreciate a 4 weight. Any color? Any color 4 weight? I have lots of 4 weights. Let's see, this is Halloween coming up. Let's see. Well, Halloween might be. Well, let's just go with fall colors. Oh, okay. It's Anita playing. All right. Here is a 4 weight and a beautiful solid color. And let's see what else we can see. So I don't have much Halloween colors. Well, here's a purple. How's that? Okay, I got 2. All right, here we go. I have a skein of 4 weight medium worsted Premier Basic Multicolored. And this color is called Harvest. And it's got browns and greens, a couple color greens. There's some light greens and dark greens. It's got like a rust color and an orange, and there's kind of a little bit of blue-green in here. So there's this one. It is 100% acrylic, 245 yards, 5-ounce skein of Premier yarn. Premier is one of my favorite yarns, if you didn't know that. And if you didn't know that, I'll tell you again. Premier is one of my favorite yarns. And this one is a purple color for Halloween. Oh, I don't know. I'm running over today. So yes, we will have time for a story. This is 100% acrylic. It is the color purple. It is a Premier Basics, which I love Premier. This is a 7-ounce skein of 359 yards. Melanie J, yay! It is. It's just their basic yarn is a nice, it's an actual 4. It's not a 3. It's an actual 4 weight. It's a nice twist on it. And it comes in so many different colors, and it's soft. Yes, Mishi is an affiliate for Premier Yarn. So if you I love Sandra, I love Premier Yarns. I have Premier Yarn all over the place. Okay? So, I am asking, which of the two would you prefer, my love? The Harvest or the Popol? Yes. Yes. $5, 1 pound skeins of Premier. I knew that was going to happen. The Premier Just Yarn in the 1 pound skein. This is Forest, the color Forest. It is a Premier yarn. I got it at the Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree. 982 yards, 100% acrylic. You can't beat that. Now, it's not as soft as the Premier Basic. It's close, but it does not feel like Red Heart. It is softer than Red Heart. And I have black and white and green and... Did I get a... I think I did get a red one. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have more colors or not, but someone was on the other day and said that they were putting more out, and she was waiting there, and the man who was setting up the display said, "Am I in your way?" And she said, "No, but I'll take those two you have in your hands." Black and white and forest on their website. Okay, Leanie, thank you. Red, white, and black. Yeah, the Premier Basic is really, really soft, and this is almost as soft. I think once it gets crocheted up and washed, it will be, oh, so snuggly. And it's a number 4, 100% acrylic, and there's 900. So 1 skein of yarn will make a small throw. Oh, what did Rita Pacheco do? Yeah, you can do a boggy blanket with 1 skein. Okay, what was your choice, sweetheart? The Harvest. Okay, Dania. I am going to, oh, that's what fell in the trash bin. Okay, let me get a sticker. As you know, I love my stickers. And I just happen to have stickers in here. And I know I show this to you every week, but I love stickers. And this little sticker has lines on it. Looks like a little blackboard. So I am going to put this on here. Now you have to email me ASAP and let me know who you are and what you ordered. And I will get it off to you this week, because you know what? Our illustrious leaders sent out our Social Security checks early this month for next month. So I have money in my account to mail, actually mail. How about that? All right, I'm going to put this down here so I don't mail it off. That goes up there to mail. Okay, we are running late. But you know what I think, Sherry, is if they continue to sell out as quickly as they have been, because honestly, I don't think the dollar stores can hardly keep them in the store. And now they're making them available at their website. You can go to Premier. You can go through Mishi. Cinnamon Stitches, I think, is a Premier person. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I just love the yarn. So, but you know, choose your favorite person and go if that does Premier yarn. And I don't know that you get any money off from your purchase. I don't know how that works because I've never done that. I just have my account there, but I never go through anybody else's. I think if you purchase something on, like if you go to Mishi's, or if you went to Jennifer's at Cinnamon Stitches, then they get maybe a bit of a kickback. I don't know. You can still get them. I think in mine anyway, I had to go clear up to Lake City because my little one here didn't. I think they went out the same day they came in. Anyway, email me your address and so I can get this out to you because I have money. And if you want, I am not monetized and I never plan on being monetized. If you want to, I hate asking, and I'm not asking, I'm just giving out information. Okay, Diana? If you would like to help with shipping, then you can always buy me a cup of coffee. There, done. Okay, now on to the story. This story is called The Whale's Song. And I don't know where I put it, because it's not in the trash. Oh, yes, it was. Okay, it's called The Whale's Song. It is a beautiful book. This says the power of nature is celebrated in an extraordinary relationship between a young girl and the whales that sing to her. But to me, this means take time out of your day to enjoy the world around us. So we're so busy most times, or we can't always get out like we used to and enjoy the world around us. And so our world has become the room that we stay in most of the time. But there's so much more out there. We've had a full moon the last 3 nights. Beautiful. It was yellow into orange, not quite orange, but it was not yellow. It was on the orangey side of yellow. Absolutely beautiful. But if you never look out your window, you would not see it. So take time to enjoy that flower that comes up through the sidewalk. The determination of that plant. Okay. The Whale Song by Diane Sheldon. Paintings by Gary Blythe. And this was published. This is a Publishers Weekly Critics' Choice Award. It won the Publishers Weekly Best Book of the Year Award. It won the IRA Teacher's Choice and Walden Books Best Children's Book of the Year. Society of Illustrators Original Art Show, the Kate Greenway Medal, which is the Kate Greenway Medal. Okay, that's different. This was published by Dial Books for Young Readers, which is a division of Penguin USA out of New York, New York. This was published in it's a Puffin Pied Piper book by the Penguin Group, and it was published in 1991. The Whale Song by Diane Sheldon. Paintings by Gary Blythe. Lily's grandmother told her a story. Once upon a time, she said, the ocean was filled with whales. They were as big as the hills. They were as peaceful as the moon. They were the most wondrous creatures you could ever imagine. Lily climbed up into grandmother's lap. I used to sit at the end of the pier and listen for whales, said Lily's grandmother. Sometimes I'd sit there all day and all night. And then suddenly, I'd see them coming towards me from miles away. They moved through the water as if they were dancing. I love this book. But why did they swim to you, Grandma? Asked Lily. How did they know you were there? Lily's grandmother smiled. Oh, you had to bring them something special, a perfect shell or a beautiful stone. And if they liked you, the whales would take your gift and give you something in return. What would they give you, Grandma? Asked Lily. What did you get from the whales? And Lily's grandmother sighed. Once or twice, she whispered. Once or twice, I heard them sing. Sweet little face. I love that little face. Lily's great uncle Frederick stomped into the room. That's nothing but a silly old tale, he snapped. Whales were important for their meat and their bones and for their blubber. If you have to tell Lily about whales, then tell her something useful. Don't fill her head with nonsense. Singing whales, indeed. There were whales here, millions of years before there were ships or cities or even cave dwellers, continued Lily's grandmother. People used to say they were magical. People used to eat them and boil them for oil, grumbled Lily's great uncle Frederick, and he stomped back out of the room. Don't you wish you had an Uncle Frederick? Lily dreamt about whales, and in her dreams she saw them as large as mountains and bluer than the sky. In her dreams, she heard them singing, their voices like the wind. In her dreams, they leapt from the water, and they called her name. In the morning, Lily went down to the ocean, to the place where no one fished or swam or sailed, and she walked to the end of the old pier. The water was empty and still, and she took a yellow flower out of her pocket and she dropped it into the water. "This is for you," she called into the air. I want you to be able to see this illustration. Lily sat at the end of the pier and waited. She waited all morning and all afternoon. And then, as dusk began to fall, Uncle Frederick came down the hill after her. "Enough of this foolishness," he said. "Come on home. You can't be dreaming your life away." And that night, Lily woke suddenly. The moon was bright with moonlight. She sat up and listened. The house was quiet. And Lily climbed out of bed and went to the window. She could hear something in the distance on the far side of the hill. She raced outside and down to the shore. Her heart was pounding as she reached the sea. There, enormous in the ocean, were the whales. And they leapt and they jumped and they spun across the moon, and their singing filled the night. And Lily saw her yellow flower dancing on the spray. And the minutes passed, or maybe hours. And suddenly Lily felt a breeze rustle her nightgown, and she felt a cold nip at her toes. She shivered and rubbed her eyes. And then it seemed that the ocean was still again, and the night dark and silent. Lily thought she must be dreaming. She stood up and she turned toward home. And then, from far, far away, on the breath of the wind, she heard, "Lily, Lily." The whales were calling her name. The end. And I never get through that book. Because if you go outside and you listen, and it's all quiet, you might hear the hoot of an owl. Or you might hear a woodpecker pecking on a hollow tree. Or you might see an eagle. Or you might see a shooting star. Or some other wonderful thing that God has gifted you with in that just the right time. Don't ever forget where it came from. Cherish the days that you have. Cherish the life that you have, whatever that life is, wherever you are on your journey. Like KK says, be kind to others because you don't know their journey or where they are, and they don't know you either. But if you look for the gift God gives each and every one of us, you'll find them. Okay, we have 2 minutes. I'm allotting myself 2 minutes. And I have the prayer book out. Who needs what today? Thank you, Bobby. 2 rows. 2 rows, Susan. We're going to, let's see, did I do 2 rows? 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 2 rows of that, and then we're switching to a bean stitch. But I'll put it in the I'll put it in the community page, the bean stitch. You're welcome, Melanie. I love you too, KK. Thank you, Darcia. Okay, so we are still doing unspoken prayer for KK. This is a new day. Today is 10/20/24. All righty. Oh, Kimmy, I love you so much. Strength for hubby in his grief. How is your mother-in-law? Did she? Oh, thank you, Tina. Kim, I love you so much. Okay, so Mishi, I need to know about his mother. Oh, Mishi, I'm so sorry. All right, we need to pray for him for sure. I hope she passed peacefully, sweetheart. Yes, Jacqueline, I did. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. I love you too, Mimi. She passed last Sunday. Thank you, Mishi. Mac, I love you too. Okay, anybody else need some prayers, open or unspoken? I want to get them down. I love all of you. Yes, Lydia. Lydia lost her husband on October 3rd, so we are continuing to pray for her. And Jeremy says, pray for his dad. Oh, no. He didn't step on a nail, did he? And Mac, my Mac. It's an unspoken. I like the unspoken prayers because God knows exactly what you need. And like I said, he's just sitting here on his throne with the answer in his hands and waiting to give it to you. He's just waiting for you to ask. So when we ask for prayer, he's already got the answer. And Jen has an unspoken. Some people in this chat are physically closer to me than emotionally closer because I've actually met them. I've met Nancy. She's got yarn. I've met Jen. I met Thriss. I met Dee's Creative Hands. I have met Ginny Hanks. Several people. Bree. I haven't seen Bree in here for a while, but Paula, I love you too. Zach's mom. My Zach man. All right. Oh, yes. TMJ. Oh, that is so painful. TMJ apostrophe. No, exclamation point. That stuff's bad. Okay. Is that what we have for today? Okay, Father, today in prayer I lift up KK, Mac, and Jen to you with special requests that only you know what they are, Father. And I would ask that you would grant those requests to each one of them, along with extra love and comfort in knowing that whatever the answer might be is the right answer. Give us acceptance, Father, even though we can't see around the corner. Let us just have confidence to know that the gifts you give us are the right ones. And hopefully, if we don't understand, we'll figure it out. Father, I pray for Mishi and her husband, and I pray for Lydia in their losses, Father. When the two become one and the one dies, it leaves a big hole. And you know how big the hole is, and only your love can fill it. So I would ask for peace and contentment and lots of love to fill the empty holes. I pray for Jeremy's father, who is hurting with TMJ, Father. That's just, I'd rather step on a nail. But only you have the power to heal. And we know that, Father. And we pray for Zach Man's mom. You know what she needs, Father. And please grant that be given to her as a gift. Father, help us all to have eyes this week so that we can see the gifts that you have given each one of us. And help us to appreciate those gifts in the quiet times when there's just us and you and the gift that's come. And we thank you for everything. In the name of Jesus, amen. Okay, guys, gotta go. Time is up. I love you all. Don't forget to pray for me. Although I did hear from my daughter. She lives down in Seminole, and they had lots and lots of rain, but they didn't get flooded. So that was a good thing. My son lost part of his fence, but Zach, it never goes away. Okay, I love you all. God keep you in the palm of his hand and cover you with his wings until whatever tempest in your life is past you. I love you, and I will see you later.